growing up in Jamaica, everything is natural, right? So moving to the United States, right, we have what is called the American Standard Diet. So even though as kids, we didn't grow up on pizza and stuff like that, but because we've embraced that culture in high school and going into college, we start eating like that. So I started eating like that. And I went from being petite to, at one point, I had clocked over 300 pounds. And so I started having some health issues. And I said, you know what? This was back in like 2016, 17, 18. I made a decision. I said, I need to get healthy because I was looking at my face and I was not feeling good in my body. And I decided to speak with the nutritionist, right? The nutritionist, this is what her advice to me. She used to say, Alicia, you got to get some physical activity into your life. And at the time, I was a single mom and I felt like I was struggling. I didn't have the time. I was like, I don't have time to go to the gym. I don't have time to get physical activity.
And you used to run.
And I used to run. I used to be an athlete. The nutritionist, she told me, she said, Alicia, put your sneakers on. You will get activity in your life. You will go to the gym. And that was just, that concept just stayed with me. Me putting my sneakers on was the ringing of the bell for me to get some activity into my life. In 2020, I was the most fit in my life. Like, I had a personal trainer. I had lost over 140 pounds. So I was down to like 165 and muscular, and I started having eating well. So I started having symptoms of something. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a UTI. I was still busy. So even though I just didn't really take my health still that seriously.
Put everybody else in.
I put everybody else, I had in me. And so I went to the doctor, fast forward, they did a urine test. They said, the doctor came back and said, I don't want to alarm you, but refer you to an oncologist because my liver enzymes were off the chart. And I was like, the word alarm and oncologist.
Yeah.
When I went to the oncologist, I was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic cancer. And with that diagnosis, it really, like I said, I was already working on my health. But let me tell you what stuck with me. So back when I had a surgery, a hysterectomy, and the doctor at the time saw my liver, but because I was so overweight, he said, you have fatty liver and it seems benign, right? Because I was overweight. And that's when I started the process. So I lost the weight. 2020.
But you've been ignoring your health for a while.
Well, yeah, for a while. So
health and fun and everything.
And everything else in front, So when I started working on my health, I said, okay, if I lose the weight, then it should heal the fatty liver and I'm good. Because he looked at it and said it looked benign and the lesions on my liver looked like fatty liver. When I was diagnosed with the cancer, the oncologist surgeon said you should be dead. The lesions that he misdiagnosed as fatty liver, probably because I was overweight, so he automatically assumed it was fatty, was actually lesions, was cancer. And at that time, it was only a few lesions on my liver where they could have cut it out and my liver could have grown back. But now, because it's so many years later, I have several lesions on my liver. But because of me taking steps to work out, the lesions or the cancer has not progressed to any other organs. But I was misdiagnosed because I was overweight and unhealthy.